It's the Redmen TV, it's Backpages live, it's Wednesday, I do this every day, 18th. We've got the Liverpool echo here because, again, we're in Liverpool and that makes sense. A few really interesting pieces of news, predominantly they came up last night. This is the wonder of print media, but nevertheless we'll discuss them anyway. First and foremost, the big one, Daniel Sturridge back in training, the echo going with Dan has to play. It's a very interesting one because obviously we're all eager to see him back. There is no doubt that on his day Daniel Sturridge is Liverpool's best centre forward by some way. To be fair, Christian Walsh has done a great bit in the echo on it today. We've got that here amid a wonderful picture of Ron Vlaar, who literally looks like a devolved human being, coming to a Goodison Park near you soon, apparently. Anyway, Chris Welsh, good friend of the show here, talks about don't go easy on Dan, he needs to start playing. What interesting things I've highlighted here, of the club's last 47 league games, Sturridge has completed 90 minutes in just 3. That is not a sustainable record and it cannot go on. He goes on to say 42 goals in 70 appearances, a strike rate hardly better this side of the war. The prospect of him pairing up with Benteke is a salivating one, absolutely. I can't agree more with that. It's a weird one because we've done the Stock Exchange show, which is being edited upstairs as we speak, in which Chris and I rated the players as to where Brendan Rodgers left them in terms of, you know, if you've got a median line, are their stocks up or are their stocks down? And then obviously since Klopp's come in and a month under Jurgen Klopp and where we feel they are now, and Daniel Sturridge I think is one who's slipped down because, you know, he was fit when Brendan Rodgers left. He'd scored a couple of goals against Aston Villa, and it looked like he was starting to come back into form. And then he's been injured since. And the problem with Daniel Sturridge is the longer that he stays injured, and the more injuries he gets, the more his value falls and the more our belief in his ability to get back to what he was dwindles, because how could it not? You know, you can't, it just feels like, you know, he's made of glass. And I literally genuinely love Daniel Sturridge. He should be Liverpool's number 9. He should have that number 9 shirt. He should have an amazing song to rival that of some of the greats because of his goal scoring exploits. There, 42 goals and 70 appearances. He's up there with the best strike rates in, well, obviously not with like the Ronaldos and Messis, but as far as a centre forward goes, you know, when you're talking 1 and 2, supposed to be a good rating, he's above that, means he's fantastic. But the problem is that I don't feel that we can rely on him, and he's got to the point now where he's not even in me thinking anymore. I think about Christian Benteke, I think about Divock Origi and what they can deliver for the football club, because I know Benteke's injury record's not spectacular. At least more often than not, he seems to be there or thereabouts, or there's a clear defined, he's picked up an injury, he'll be back in 3 weeks, and then he'll be back in the side. So yeah, interesting just sidebar to that. Sturridge is back, but Hendo waits. Let's get in there. There you go, look at that. Tip-top technology. So yeah, so obviously Daniel Sturridge is back in full training, but Jordan Henderson not yet, which is a shame because going into the international break we were looking at like injury room or whatever it's called, and they were saying that 21st of November was the likely return date for both Sturridge and Henderson, but it looks like Henderson's not actually gone back into the same level of training this week. Fingers crossed it's the week after. The thing about Jordan Henderson for me as well, I think we can just about afford to rest on Sturridge, or at least if he's back in training, stick him on the bench. Problem with Henderson is that he's so all action, particularly when he's had a broken bone. I want to make sure he's fully healed so that he can go in and be useful for the team. So have we got any comments?
Basically someone saying Sturridge is like Aubameyang. I can't pronounce it, but yeah, we have some strange similes to Dortmund. And someone saying, do you have any comments on the Liverpool versus Man City match? I know we'll get on to that. Well,
yeah, Liverpool Man City will be doing the Uncensored Match build-up show. We're filming that today shortly, which is what we're getting set up for here. Tip-top camera work. We're actually experimenting with some new mics today. We've actually got 4 tight-clip Lavalier mics for the first time in about 2 years, and these ones apparently work. We shall see in due course. So yeah, we'll be doing that. We're also going to be filming an international roundup and a loan roundup as well for the subscribers. We've got Jim Boardman coming in for that, which promises to be very, very good. We've actually spoken to a number of people who represent, there's fan channels and bloggers and writers and that kind of stuff, who represent clubs that Liverpool players are on loan at. So we've got comment from Aston Villa on Thiago Elordi. We've got comment from Talk Norwich City on Andre Wisdom, etc., etc. Very, very good stuff. So do check out those.
Someone said the view on Reset in the Indian Super League. I don't know if you've heard any of that.
I'm going to be perfectly honest, guys. I'm not as up on the Indian Super League as some might be. And I remember it being a thing about 4 years ago when apparently it was going to be Fowler, Del Piero, and some other players, and then it never happened. That is literally as much as I know more about. I know more about the no, actually don't even know any more about the cricket. So there you go. One thing, pardon me, that's very interesting, and the last thing we'll cover today is Ian Ayre talking about looking to set up a friendly with Gerrard's LA Galaxy. Now, I'd kind of had this information leaked a couple of months ago. In terms of the sort of rotation, it makes sense that Liverpool will be going back to America in the summer, but very interesting that Ian Ayre said, or the quote from the Echo is Liverpool exploring the possibility of facing Steven Gerrard's LA Galaxy in a pre-season friendly next summer, with Ian Ayre confirming the club will tour the United States once again. So we'll come back to the US next summer for certain. He goes on to talk about the fact that obviously Gerrard's back at the moment in Liverpool. Conversations will be ongoing. Thoughts on that? Would you be interested in facing off against Steven Gerrard's LA Galaxy next summer? Personally, it's not one I'd want to miss. I'd love to get over and see that. So your thoughts on that? Thoughts on Daniel Sturridge? Thoughts on Jordan Henderson as well? And just want to say as well, actually, while we're here, it was a bit of a weird one last night. Obviously, with the England game being on, I'm not normally massively interested, but I thought the way that the stuff with the French national team and stuff was handled really well. Actually, I can't find the pictures, but there we go. Ultimately, like I said, I don't really care about international football, but I thought again, the Echo cover it here, youngsters step up on an emotional night. I thought it was brilliant. There's some really nice touches, and that was pretty much it. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Backpages Live. We'll be back tomorrow, with more latest Liverpool news. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're on the road to 100,000 YouTube subscribers, so get on it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Ta-da.